All right, guys, I am coming to you loud and out live. Well, not really loud because I'm not really a loud person, but in the car on a lunch break. Yes, I am one of those people who sometimes likes to sit in the car because I just want to breathe. And today I'm tired, sleepy, you know, um, in the all natural, but still cute in a sweater dress while I am in the work parking lot on lunch. But I wanted to share some things with you that I kind of observed just from things I may have seen on the internet to, dating in general to, okay, let's bash older women that are black to whatever. Now, I'm going to start with something that I saw where there's this lady who's cooking for what appears to be like a pit bull dog or something. And she is really cooking down. She's cooking breakfast, she cooks lunch, dinner, whatever. And the food actually looks pretty decent, even, down to the seasoning, child. I didn't know that animals really should be eating seasoning, but, okay, cool, whatever. I'm not here to judge. But, girl, how about there are men in the comments who are mad at this lady for cooking for her dog? Why? That's her baby. A lot of people who have dogs, not all, but a lot of people who have dogs view dogs as being a part of their family. They view dogs as, um, what is it, as loved ones in a sense. They're fur babies, whatever. So this lady has the time and the energy to cook for her dog. There is nothing wrong with this lady cooking for her dog. I mean, it couldn't be me. I don't know where the hell I would get the time from. I already feel like I'm jumping up in the morning like, oh shit, gotta get into this Atlanta traffic and whatever. Thank God for a job, but I'm just saying, child. So I don't cook my own self breakfast, but I do make sure the pets are cleaned, they're fed, they're pottied before I go out the door. So they're taken care of. But I just think it's funny that men automatically feel like if she's not cooking for a man, it's a problem. And I'm like, first of all, how do you know this lady does not have a man? Because she's cooking for her dog. And then two, I mean, it kind of makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever you eat, if you're trying to be healthy, you want your pet to eat it and be healthy. So I'm just kind of like, I don't really see anything wrong with her cooking for her dog if that's what she chooses to do. And I just feel like, why do men associate their dicks? We're just going to be honest about this conversation here in Candid. YouTube, I don't know. But why do men feel like their dick and just them being a man automatically makes you feel, should make a woman feel like she should cook and do all these caregiver things? What? And you're not even her man. Some of y'all can't even commit, but you're mad at this lady for cooking for her dog. Let me tell you something. Dogs are some of the most loyal characters that get you through things when humans aren't around. My dog has gotten me through going to a funeral before that I was afraid to attend. I have this thing with death. My dog has been there when I have felt ultra sad and there wasn't one human in sight to talk to, but yet I am everybody's pretend therapist and shoulder to lean on and shoulder to cry on, which is why I personally have pulled back from exuding that kind of energy to people who don't pour into you. It's the age-old story. Hold on, y'all. It's hot as... I love the heat, but sometimes I get a little consumed with it. But yeah, I'm just like, girl, dogs protect, they alert you, they're loving, they can be sweet. I don't see anything wrong with catering to your dog. And then it's the nerve for me, because this is a black woman, to assume she's not catering to a man. She might be. But I don't see anything wrong with her giving that same love and affection in regards to a meal prep to her dog. I mean, that's her baby. And you can say, oh, well, it's not a human baby. It doesn't matter. It's a baby that needs to be taken care of. Something that needs your attention, okay? So that's observation number one, in my opinion, on it. Number two, I am so tired. and this is why I don't listen to a lot of stuff. Now, this is guarding your ear and eye gate. I am so tired of people telling Black women, they get on these podcasts, they get on these YouTube channels, and they start talking to Black women about, women live in delusion and this and that. And I just feel like, that women need to, be obvious. They need to, They need to obviously know where they rank, or know what their level of standard should be based off of who they are, and stop like holding themselves to the highest standard, and they may not meet certain criteria, or they're getting older, whatever. First of all, I don't know what getting older has to do with it. Because we're getting older does not mean we're lumped in a bucket. I'm considered, I guess, middle age. I just turned 38. I have no problem with saying that. I'm not ashamed. I am actually proud, and I thank God for the way I look at 38. There's always things that I'm improving upon or whatever, but I don't look burnt out like I've been in this night air either, honey, if you know what I mean, for your grandmamas to say that back in the day. But I'm just sitting up here like, why are we constantly blaming the women for reasons why they're single? Oh, your standards are too high, or this or that, or da da da. Each woman has needs, and she should be individually treated as such. Okay, for instance, as a woman who doesn't have kids myself, right? I still would not mind the birthing process if I met somebody that was worth it. But I don't want to hear from a woman who has kids telling me that, oh, you should settle because, you're 38 and they have children and I don't. I don't get that. You know why I don't get that? Because a lot of the women who have kids, they're done with having their children. They're like, okay, I've gone through that. The setting up shop is closed, right? But me personally, if I'm concerned about a man's finances and I still want to have children, I'm not finna sit up here and act like us meshing two checks together is going to cut it. Like, what are you going to do when I need to take time out to give birth and heal? Like, there is no 50-50 on that. You know what I'm saying? I hope to have a person who will go through a pregnancy with you and love on you and help you through that. But I'm going to have to take time off of work, no matter whether it's short or long, hopefully longer, because your child needs to be cultivated even more so than a cooking for a dog. But you know what I'm saying? Like, and not just thrown in a daycare, which daycares are expensive, might I add. But these are the things you talk about when you do get with someone serious. It's like a woman who still wants to have kids has different needs and desires than somebody who has children and has closed up shop. Another thing, I understand that women who are older, your standards bend or whatever, but why are we always talking about how the woman needs to adjust? What about the man? He's getting older. He's turning gray. His hairline, some of y'all hairlines receding and all the things. Nobody tells them, well, you might want to lower your standards a little bit because, you're of a certain age. I feel like it's always put on the woman as to her needs to change and her needs not being accurate for who she is and whatever age. And then why is it assumed that women who are middle age are in competition with young girls? No, ma'am. That's a whole different phase of life that I've already gone through. So I'm confused. Beautiful girls that are younger, not all, some, just like there aren't beautiful women who are older. Some, not all, but it's just kind of like, what are we talking about? Like, why are we blaming women, especially Black women, for their singleness? I don't understand that. That's so weird. Versus like the pink elephant in the room is the fact that we need to be telling these men to step their game up. I'm still hearing catering to men all around. I'm still hearing that the bottom line is you're going to have to bend over backwards to have a man. I'm still hearing that, take them as they are versus you need to be in tip-top shape. What is it? The goofy stuff that people used to say, especially that Kevin Samuels character, fit, fun, and friendly. Well, what is he, honey? Because I just want to know. And we're still having issues with Black men committing. Like, why are we not talking about these elephants in the room? The elephants in the room, in case I'm not clear, is the fact that A lot of men are not up to par in the Black community in such a way where they are go-getters like Black women. They have picked themselves up and now they're doing well. Some of them don't even want to go to school, not all. And it's just kind of like the intelligence and the go-getter spirit that a Black woman has is not across the board with the Black man. Okay? So what are we talking about? What are we talking about? Why are Black women always being blamed because they're single? And oh, it's a problem. That's weird. That is so weird to me. Okay, so girl, yes, some of y'all are interesting. Have standards. Please don't ask somebody to be something that you're not per se. But that doesn't mean that you need to be at the bottom of the barrel scraping up for a mate either. I would rather be single than to sit up here and be like, oh, well, girl, his credit score looks like crap and, you know, he's not stable and he's doing this and that. And I mean, I'm bringing the majority to the table, especially as a woman who wants to have kids. So we're getting ready to have lackluster situations and I'm getting ready to take care of you like I have a child already. Like, I don't get that. I'm not understanding. I don't know. I just feel like we need to start holding these men's feet to the fire. We need to we need to go ahead and be honest that there are not enough Black men who are up to par and go-getters and who can pull themselves up by the bootstraps like the Black women. And half of them who have done so don't even choose Black women. So, I mean, come on. And I feel like Black women need to start, instead of telling somebody to settle or you're no spring chicken and all this goofy stuff, why not tell people to be more open? Now, let me tell you something. I have dated different people. I'm not saying you're going to get anything better if you go out and go date Indian, white, Hispanic, none of that. Because if the bottom line is sex, it's all trash, in my opinion. But if you are looking for a relationship, I do personally feel that the more you're open to it coming from a different source, the more opportunities there could be out there. I just personally feel like a lot of men are just trash these days in general, but I'm harping on the Black culture because I'm Black, the experience with Black men over the years, and the fact that we, generally speaking, are not taught to commit and have families and two-parent households anymore like we used to be. And there aren't enough men reaching back into the community that are older to younger guys in order for them to better themselves as potential parents and mates and husbands and things of that nature. So let's stop blaming the Black woman for her success and talking about, oh, she needs to settle, and let's try to get the community to update and uplift their standards as a whole. Okay. And then let's see, there was a third thing. Third thing, let's stop, please, making everyone be in this collective boat of, you know, they're dried up by a certain age. They're this, they're that, whatever. Different people experience love and dating at different ages. Different people have different standards. Different people have gone through certain things. All of us, we are not a monolith of people where we're cut from the same mold and cloth. You know what I mean? So I just personally feel like stop trying to make certain entities like men and stuff feel better by lumping us Black women all in a group or a boat. Like, if you're past this age, something's wrong with you. If you ain't got kids, something happened to you. That is so ignorant. How do you put everybody in the same boat and category, honey? I mean, I would think common sense would be, let's go statistically speaking. How many educated Black women are there that are doing well for themselves and have successful pockets and A, B, and C, E, F, G? Now, what is that measurement to their counterparts? And Lord knows the ones who, what is the measurement to the women who believe in a one-on-one relationship in comparison to the counterparts and monogamy? I'm just saying. I don't know. If I were you, honey, it may not be easy. And Lord knows I would love to be in a committed, monogamous, heterosexual relationship. But I just feel like all this stuff is the trick of the enemy for you to sit back and be told to settle. And, oh, you can only be with a black man and one that's not doing good for himself at that. What are we talking about? Who does that? I mean, it's just all you're doing is continuing generational cycles of mess. You know what I mean? Regret, da da da. And then you've got these women who are like in their 50s and 60s wishing that they could have lived life like you in your 30s and 20s. What are we doing? What are we doing? I've met some regretful people. And I'm going to tell you, if the Lord should tarry and we all don't get off this funky planet that seems to be falling apart every waking moment, I want to get older and say, I lived my life and I did not settle or have to struggle through or whatever. And I'm going to tell you something. Your mate could even come in the form of somebody younger. But I'm just telling you that don't get on the struggle bus with that either, because the ratio to men who are actually stable in their early 20s might not be that high either. But I do want to say, just keep your ideologies open. Let's start holding men accountable. Let's stop comparing animals and what people enjoy doing as outlets to the fact that they don't have a man. So that's where their energy is going. And let's just start asking questions and treating people individually and finding out as to why that they're in the situation they're in. Because I guarantee you, not everybody put themselves there. Not everybody has unrealistic expectations. And I really wish people who do not have certain experiences would stop talking and running their mouths about situations that they have no idea about. Let the people who are actually going through that speak on it. All right, y'all. I probably have some more to say. I'm tired. I'm still at the job, honey. So, I will be back another time. Until then, it's Libra season. Hey, it's Libra season. Deuces.